Hello everyone, we will utilize this time. So I will proceed with an activity. Just close your eyes. It's a gratitude activity and it's a very highest emotion. So close your eyes and just pay gratitude to one person, only one person, and thanks to him. Visualize his face and feel what you are feeling. Is there any emotion? Is there any feeling in your body? So please try to feel that particular sensation. So open your eyes. Thank you so much. And I have also paid gratitude to you people who are so patiently listening to everyone. Thank you so much. I am paying my gratitude in the starting itself. Thank you so much. So my topic is long-term effects of meditation and Vedic recitation on brain-heart integration. So why we have done this activity? Because I want to tell how your brain and heart coordinate, integrate. So, yeah, okay. So this research was conducted by Vaidyanathan Vivek, research scholar of Maharshi International University, and myself, Dr. Neeta Verma. And our study brings together three traditionally separate fields: modern neuroscience, cardiovascular physiology, and Ayurveda, to investigate whether consciousness-based practices produce measurable improvements and in human health. Is it so or not? So, as you know, modern society faces unprecedented levels of stress. People today experience chronic psychological stress, constant information overloaded, increasing cardiovascular disease, anxiety, reduced mental well-being. While medicine has become extremely successful at treating disease, comparatively less attention has been given to objectively measuring and promoting wellness. So transcendental meditation has already been shown in numerous studies to reduce stress and improve health. At the same time, EEG, electroencephalograph, allows to observe changes in brain functioning. Heart rate variability tells us how flexible and resilient the autonomic nervous system is. Ayurveda provides an individualized understanding through Prakriti, and however, few studies have combined all the three into one integrated framework. That is the gap this study attempts to address. So I'm not going to read this slok, but this shloka, without this slok, our health perspective, whenever we say something without Shushrut, it's not complete. So due to time crunch, I'm not reading again and again this shloka. But the idea is remarkably consistent with modern psychophysiology. Transcendental meditation systematically allows awareness to settle towards increasingly quieter states until pure consciousness is experienced. So according to Ayurveda, this deep rest strengthens ojas, the basis of resilience, immunity, and vitality. So this study basically represents one of the attempt to combine meditation, Vedic recitation, brain coherence, heart rate variability, and Ayurvedic constitution within one experimental framework. Rather than treating these disciplines separately, we investigate how they interact to promote integrated health. So our intervention consisted of 2 daily practices: transcendental meditation followed by listening to Vishnu Sahasranam. I started my day with this Vishnu Sahasranam by listening, and we measured 3 major domains through these interventions: electrocephalography, brain coherence, particularly alpha coherence as a measure of neural integration. Second one, heart rate variability using smartphone-based photoplethysmography through IORDoc application developed by IOR AI Chennai. I acknowledge them also to help us. The primary HRV measures basically are heart rate and SDNN, standard deviation of NN intervals, and root mean square of successive deviation. So here we have taken each participant's Ayurvedic constitution of Prakriti. The longitudinal, this study is a longitudinal observation studies followed by the participants over approximately 3 months, and the participants included students, teachers, Vedic scholars, professionals, give us a diverse range of age and occupation and constitutions. So as you see in this, we have total 25 participants and 21 males and 4 females, and the mean age is 36 years. And each participant carried a unique, distinct blend of all 3 doshas. The heterogeneity is biological prerequisite for detecting Prakriti-specific physiological responses. Now you can see who participated in the study. So there are 44% of, as per occupation if we see, there are 44% of teachers, 20% acharyas, 20% students, 8 technicians, and 8 professionals. So these are, it's a very diverse group. And after this, the protocol was carefully standardized. At the beginning of the study, participants completed the Ayurvedic Prakriti assessment. That is, I told you that it was based on IORDoc app. It was taken on that. And then next, heart rate variability was measured using the smartphone camera simultaneously. And EEG electrodes we have used were placed to record the brain activity. So the sequence consisted of baseline measurement, transcendental meditation, post-meditation, resting baseline, listening to Vishnu Sahasranam, followed by another set of EEG and HRV recordings. The complete protocol was repeated again after approximately 3 months. This longitudinal design allows us to observe whether consistent practice produces lasting physiological changes rather than temporary effects. And the heart rate, primary heart rate measures were basically here we can see, this is the slide. Here we can see representative EEG coherence maps. So you can see before meditation, coherence between different brain region is relatively fragmented. During and after the meditation, alpha coherence become substantially stronger, particularly across frontal and frontal parietal regions. Greater coherence means different parts of brain are functioning together more harmoniously.
So previous research associates higher coherence with improved attention, creativity, faster learning, emotional stability, and better executive functioning. Our observations are consistent with these earlier findings. So, as heart rate variability is often misunderstood, it is not simply heart rate. Instead, it measures tiny vibrations between successive heartbeat. A healthy autonomic nervous system does not beat like metronome. Rather, it continuously adapts to changing physiological demands. So here you can see the RR intervals and biomarkers. And two important HRV measures which we are measuring, standard deviation of NN intervals, which reflects overall autonomic flexibility, and then root mean square standard deviation, which primarily reflects parasympathetic or recovery activity. So higher values generally indicate better resilience, greater adaptability to stress. So because nowadays it is very important in this stressful era, very important is the key term is resilience. If you are not resilient, then you cannot adjust in this environment and you cannot revive yourself. Resilience means bounce back. How it is very important that how can you bounce back with the adverse situation. So this is very, very important, I found. And this slide shows one representative participants. I have taken only one in this slide. 56 years old retired teacher was followed across 3 months. Over time, we observed a reduction in meridian heart rate, increasing SDNN and increases RMSSD. Together, these we suggest improved autonomic regulation and stronger parasympathetic activity. And similar trends were observed in several participants. Although this is a pilot study, these physiological changes are encouraging support the possibility that regular meditation combined with Vedic recitation improves automatic recovery. And the heart, just a minute. So, however, it is important to acknowledge several limitations also. The sample size was relatively small. The participants were self-selected and there were no mediating control group, which we have due to constraint of time, which we are not able to take. And Prakriti assessment still relies partially on questionnaire responses, which is in the IORDoc app. And this is the conclusion. So, with the ancient wisdom, if we combine the ancient wisdom with modern sciences, neurophysiology of Vedic practices, it increased alpha and theta coherence, improved cognitive health, restful alertness, and enhanced heart rate variability. And you can see how we are measuring the through smartphone based. It's a monitoring photoplethysmography. And there are some takeaway home message: physiological integration, biological individuality, advancing the Vedic corpus, and there is a future trajectory. That's it. So ultimately, our goal is to establish objective scientific methods for studying consciousness-based interventions and integrating ancient wisdom with modern healthcare. Thank you so much. And in the last, I would chant a mantra, which is very close to my heart. It's from Taittiriya Upanishad. So I love this mantra. And the last. Om Sehna Bhavatu Sehno Bhunaktu
सह वीर्यं करवावहे तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहे ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Thank you so much.